I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. I've been doing a series of talks on driving your life, managing your life like a private company. And I want to do the third message on that subject. When I went to sell my cucumbers in the market, as I was discussing with the lady that was going to buy the cucumbers from me, I noticed that somebody was staring at me from a tricycle, popularly called keke napep. And as he was looking at me, I remembered his face from Facebook, that he was one of my friends on Facebook, who is usually very nicely dressed and looked very ministerial or clergyman stuff. I discovered that he was hustling. In fact, I tagged this subject matter, hustle your hustle. And he was hustling his keke napep or tricycle with his passengers, looking totally different from who I see on Facebook. And he too was staring at me, wondering what Dr. Apoki was doing with a woman at Igbudu market selling cucumbers. And I was negotiating seriously. He was still staring at me. I called his name from Facebook and he acknowledged. You see, most of what you see around you, most things are not as thick as they are. There is some hollow inside. Things are not the way they seem. Don't look at any person and refuse to hustle your hustle. Number one, define your destination. I've always told you, I have desired to live the life I am living now. I'm in a hotel, paid for. The meals I've eaten today, paid for. They've given me good honorarium. So, I am living the life I had always wanted to live. But when I'm in the farm, there's a destination I'm going to. I was the first bus driver of my school. I cleaned toilets in my school. So I have determined to be at this stage in my life, live the kind of life I'm living. But I did some of the following things. Number one, determine the direction you're going to pass through. I told you before that I didn't want to be a specialist, I didn't want to be a professor. So this is the pathway, the direction I was going to take. There are several ways and several means to reach Lagos. Don't always look at those who are going by flight or with an SUV. You can reach Lagos. So far you reach Lagos as your destination. What you are going to do there is most important, but reach Lagos. Now, when you have determined your direction, don't let other people's discussions, other people's impressions, other people's criticism, other people's comments, other people's cynic attempts to rubbish you, don't let such comments bring you down. I remember when my wife used to go and make gari from her mother's farmland, where we are building a beautiful school now. Somebody walked past her and said, now it is people who went to school that are now doing gari from cassava. Today, I have acres of cassava farm. I have built a school, I'm building a school, the beautiful school, and I'm not where he met me or where he made that comment. I wish that person will have been alive to see where we are today. Don't let people meet you where they left you. If you can't fly, as people will say, run. If you can't run, crawl. If you can't crawl, tell somebody to carry you. That's how the snail got into Noah's Ark. So, as much as possible, don't let people's comments. When I was the first bus driver of my school, people said that they called me the doctor that drives bus. Today I drive several cars. They can't make such comments again. That's the way it is. The next thing I want to talk about is dare to do the things you are afraid of. Dare to do the things that you have reluctance to do. Dare to do the things you have inertia, you are not willing to do. It's not really easy for me to wake up that time, drive to worry. dare to do things you fear. I was always afraid of the traffic at that marketplace, afraid of the noise, afraid of where I will park. But lo and behold, I got there was a space for me to park. Somebody came and said I will pay him money. I told him, you look at me like somebody who cannot pay. And so I parked there. When I was selling the cucumbers to these two women I sold to, I was wondering how I was going to turn around and go back through a road that had less traffic. Lo and behold, when it was my turn to turn, there was space. Most of the things you fear will not come to pass. Most of the fears you have will not materialize. Most of the doubts you have, when you start, the strength will come. As much as possible, try to do whatever you need to do, whatever you need to do. It might not be convenient, it might not be comfortable, it might not be the best style that you need, or you might not have the best materials. As my wife says, the best way to start is to start. And your imaginations might not come to pass. Let me tell you something. There's a song in Igbo land that a man used to sing who sells drugs. He would say, Ungongo, Jurejuna Moto, Jurejuna Moto, Ungongo. See, there's a lot of load and rubbish inside a vehicle. Most of the beautiful cars you see, if they remove the fenders, they look ugly inside. Most of the people you see you celebrate, you don't know what they do, the little hustles they do to get to where they are. Do your own hustle. Hustle your own hustle. I'm your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. God bless you.